Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to take a first look review of the 2020 Rivian R1S All-Electric 3-row SUV. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The 2020 Rivian R1S is an all-electric 3-row SUV from a startup car company with ample financing, a factory in Illinois, and a target on-sale date of late 2020. Unlike other electric car startups, Rivian seems like the real deal with the R1S SUV and its R1T pickup truck sibling. As far as configurations go, Rivian will offer 3 different versions of the R1S SUV, and those configurations will be tied to battery capacity. There will be a 105 kilowatt-hour battery, which will travel an estimated 240 miles. There will be a 135-watt battery, which promises 310 miles of range. And then there will be a top-of-the-line 180 kilowatt battery, which will get an estimated 410 miles of range. Now, that in particular is quite a range for an electric vehicle. It's also the version of the R1S that Rivian says will go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. The 2020 Rivian R1S Electric 3-row SUV puts power to the road through electric motors in all 4 wheels, resulting in a total output of about 754 horsepower and 826 pound-feet of torque. Having separate motors in each wheel also provides what they call torque vectoring, the ability to send different power outputs to different wheels, which is a benefit when cornering in dry conditions. Off-road, being able to change your power is also helpful when trying to escape from low traction situations or when one wheel might be off the ground or slipping. As far as towing is concerned, the 2020 Rivian R1S will be able to tow just a little bit more than 7,700 pounds, which is about what you can do in a V8 powered Dodge Durango. However, this falls short of the 2020 R1T truck that can manage 11,000 pounds, which is comparable to some full-size gas-powered vehicles. The 2020 Rivian R1S has adaptive air spring suspension. It can raise this full-size SUV to provide as much as 14.4 inches of ground clearance. By comparison, a Mercedes-Benz G-Class has 9.5 inches, while the similarly air-sprung Land Rover Range Rover can only climb as high as 11.7 inches. Let's talk cost, let's talk pricing. Rivian says that the 2020 R1S will start at about $72,500 for the base battery version, while the large battery versions will rise to about $90,000. This puts it in the range of the SUVs like, a Mercedes G-Class, a Lincoln Navigator. It's going to be a very expensive SUV. The way you can reserve one is you can put down $1,000. That's a refundable deposit. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Okay, let's jump into this quick first look review of the Rivian R1S all-electric 3-row SUV. Now, we went through a nice little introduction where I told you a lot more information that's actually available than what's available on this page. So that's why I want to go through that. Now, we already know that this has up to a 410-mile range for this vehicle. But that's only if you spec it in the most expensive configuration. We know that it has a quad motor system. There's an electric motor at each wheel, which also allows for torque vectoring. This vehicle, the R1S, has a weighting depth of 3 feet. And like I said earlier, it does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, but that's only with the top-of-the-line 180 kilowatt battery. Earlier in the introduction, I mentioned the R1T, which is Rivian's all-electric pickup truck. Now, yesterday, I actually did a first look review of that vehicle. In addition to that, let me show you that real quick. This is the Rivian R1T, which I did a first look review of yesterday. The day before that, I did a review of the Atlas Motor Vehicles XT all-electric pickup truck. Why am I telling you these things? Because I'm going to put a link up to this vehicle and this vehicle, so you can take a look at these after we finish talking about the SUV, okay? So, we kind of looked at all these little clips here, but I didn't really read those, or we didn't really take a look at them because I wanted to go over some other basic information that the web page doesn't provide. Well, they don't really tell us a whole bunch on this page. They tell us what? Confidence on every terrain. We know that. Why? We got motors at every corner. This allows for torque vectoring, etc., etc. We also know that there's 3 rows of seating. All right. Also very cool. Here we get a nice shot of what the R1S all-electric SUV is going to look like, and it's quite attractive. Here, Rivian's talking about the digital dashboard that comes in the R1S, and I think it's very, very nice. The one that comes in the Atlas has a very nice digital dashboard as well. But this Rivian R1S has a very clean look. I like the natural woods. It's really attractive. Here's a shot of the back end, right? The other 2 rows, very attractive. The seats are nice. They're big. They're full. They look comfortable. Everything looks nice in here. Okay, we've got some switches here. What can we see? So headlights, it says iconic stadium-shaped headlights light the way. You've got a front trunk, lockable storage to keep your gear safe, secure, and protected from the elements. And then you've got the underbody skid protection, durable and fully sealed, so you won't think twice about going where the wild things are. Very cool. Oh, there's 3 more. There's a charge light indicator. So our daytime running light doubles as a charge level indicator. A full green bar means you're good to go. And then backseat comfort, which I did say the seats look very nice. More is merrier, especially when we're talking about legroom. Okay, so they're saying that they're hinting that there might be legroom, but they don't say anything else about that. Craftsmanship, sustainability sourced, premium materials for the interior, durable. Yeah, very, very nice. I think it's attractive. So over here, where we looked at specs earlier, we can see 0 to 60, 3 seconds. The range, we know it's about 410. The payload, they've got it in kilograms, but that actually comes out to 1,763 pounds. That's the payload capacity. And the towing capacity is just a skosh over 7,700 pounds, but they've rounded it. It's 7,700 pound towing capacity for this vehicle. Okay, they've got a few more specs. I don't know why, for an American-made company, they feel the need to have to put everything in millimeters. But, the horsepower is about 750 horsepower with 4 motors. It says total grounded torque. They've got it in Newton meters. The Newton meters to pound-feet conversion puts this torque, and I don't know if it's correct, at 10,325 pound-feet of torque. That seems crazy, but that's what the conversion ratio told me. It's got a width. This vehicle has a width of 79 inches, and it's got a length of 198 inches long, okay? When you're talking about reserving one or pre-ordering one, they're talking about their base model one starts at $72,500, but that's before the federal tax credit. And they're letting you know that their highest performance level and largest battery pack vehicle will enter production first. That's their 180 kilowatt battery, and 135 kilowatt battery packs will be available at launch. And then other variants will follow within 12 months of the start of production. If you want to order one, like I said, it's a $1,000 reserve, but you can cancel, and you can send them an email if you want to. Let's look at this. Let's click this tab and see where it takes us. I did this the other day. I actually know where it goes, but maybe you didn't see the other video. So it's just got a little space here. You put in your name and contact information and all that, and you can pre-order and reserve a Rivian 2020 Rivian R1S Electric SUV if you really wanted to. All right, so that's it. We've found out about as much as we can about the Rivian products. Yesterday I looked at the truck. Today we looked at the SUV. The day before that I stumbled across the Atlas XT. Like I said, I'm going to put links up to both of those electric vehicles. In addition to that, I'll put a link up to my electric cars playlist, because I've done a few, some Teslas and things like that. So you might be interested. Other than that, I think I'm going to wrap this video up. Interesting vehicles. If you've watched this vehicle or watched this video from front to back, thank you. I really appreciate it. Other than that, I'm going to tell you to have a good day, and I'll see you on the very next video.